Did you know the word marijuana? It actually has a really long history, and a racist one at that. So the more appropriate term is cannabis. And I'll explain why. First, where did cannabis originate from? Do you know the term hemp? Well, it was used for thousands of years all over the world. And it was started in England. It was brought to Jamestown, Virginia, back in 1611. Hemp was grown with tobacco, and they found that it was really cool. It could be used as fiber. So in the 1920s, some states in the United States, for example, something and then California, were free to grow cannabis for medical purposes. So what happened? What changed? So between 1910 and 1930s, millions of Mexicans came here to the U.S. Because Mexico was having a violent revolt. And they brought over a substance called marijuana, spelled with an H. The director of the federal drug group, named Gary something, he saw that, and it caused many people of color to kill people and do very violent things. So we changed that word to marijuana with a J because it seemed more negative and foreign, and said that it could be punishable as a crime. So cannabis, the perspective of that changed, that it was violent, it had no medical benefits. But since then, many research shows that it actually does have a lot of health benefits. Unfortunately, though, marijuana is still categorized as one of the drugs that is, really dangerous, like cocaine and heroin. In 1971, several presidents were involved in the war against drug trading, and that was called the War on Drugs. So when Richard Nixon declared this, that was the number one public enemy. So his goal was to completely wipe out and stop drug abuse. And it was very violent, and cops were putting people in jail, and the result of that was many people died, and millions of people were in jail, and most of those people in jail were people of color. So now more and more states are legalizing recreational cannabis, but that doesn't benefit the people of color because they've already been kind of cast out. So the drug policy group did a research and showed that 1% of cannabis business owners are people of color, and because the rest of them are in jail for having prior offenses for having marijuana. So those are the people who are selling drugs right now are mostly white. And also some of them before were actually cops catching people and putting them in jail. So that's kind of ironic that they're now selling it. So more and more states now are legalizing recreational marijuana. But we still have many people in jail. So back when President Barack Obama was in office, he was trying to eliminate many sentences that were on drugs. But a lot of people are still waiting in jail. So San Francisco had an idea to solve the problem, so they went ahead to legalize recreational marijuana, or cannabis, and they approved for thousands of people that were in jail for the prior offenses to be excused from having those pot offenses, and they can sell it now. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts?